Welcome to this lesson on estate planning. Today, we will be reviewing the estate planning process and some important tools and strategies that you may find valuable. This is by no means a complete review, so please read the assigned chapters in your textbook. Estate planning is a process aimed at distributing your property, including assets, investments, real estate, to your heirs. You are also able to plan for your dependents. Estate planning is needed to anticipate the probable events like death or incapacity. Now at death, your assets are open to a process called probate. There are 3 things to remember about the probate process besides the fact that you can minimize your exposure. First, probate is a public process. Second, probate is time-consuming. Depending on the complexity of one's estate, it can take up to 2 years to resolve. Third, probate is a costly process with high legal fees. A lot of people fail to plan, and in this case, that person is said to have died intestate, or without a will. This increases the chance of a more complex probate process. A brief note on incapacity. We also plan in the event that an individual is unable to physically or mentally take care of themselves and make decisions. In its simplest terms, estate planning has 3 broad purposes: to fulfill wishes, to allow privacy and distribute assets in a timely manner, and to minimize costs or taxes on property transfers. The next slides deal specifically with some important estate planning tools. We first look at some tools to address incapacity. A living will expresses your desires as it relates to your views on life support. An agent can also be identified to make decisions on your behalf for healthcare and financial decisions. Also, you can put assets into a revocable trust and appoint yourself the trustee. Then appoint a successor trustee. If you are incapacitated, someone is there to make decisions for you. Having beneficiaries listed on your accounts and policies is very important, and a lot of people often overlook or simply downplay the importance of these decisions. In most cases, listing beneficiaries allows your property to pass without going through the probate process. Also, consider secondary beneficiaries in the event the primary beneficiary dies before you. It is common for children to list their parents as beneficiaries, so it is necessary to constantly update. How you title your assets lets others know how ownership is divided. Titling is important for adjustments to the value of the asset or property, what is typically known as your basis. For clarification and more detail, see your textbook. Another important estate planning tool is a will. There are several types of wills. They increase in complexity based on the dollar value of your estate, uniqueness, and family structure. A will is also a public document, so anyone can go to the courthouse or online and possibly see your will. Wills typically have these features and more. Earlier, I briefly mentioned a revocable trust. Note that there are several types of trusts, each with a specific purpose to minimize the cost of asset transfers. A critical feature about most trusts is they bypass probate. They can be established during life or at death. Here is a list of strategies that can help to reduce estate taxes. We do not go into detail on estate or gift taxes, but we know that minimizing tax liability helps to provide more for your heirs. I cannot urge you enough to be careful. Seek the advice of an attorney. In some cases, attorneys offer free consultations. However, in a complex situation, the initial fee may be really worth it. Here are some of the things to consider when planning for your estate. Nevertheless, each situation is unique. See the examples in your text and if you have questions, contact the instructor. I have no expectation that you are now an estate planning expert, but I encourage you to read your text carefully.